Good evening, my little creatures of the night. Mr. Wendigo back again, and boy, have I got a skin-crawling tale for you tonight. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains, northern New Mexico, where the old Spanish conquistadors forced the Puebloans to dig turquoise from sacred ground, and some of those mines, well, they never should have been opened in the first place. The elders have deep respect for certain places. They know better than to speak of what lives in the drifts where turquoise veins run deepest. They know some stones carry memories, and some things like to wear those memories like coats. 4 friends head into an abandoned mine with cameras and beer and the kind of confidence that gets people killed. J.J. Martinez has heard the warnings his whole life. Tonight, he's about to learn why his grandfather said some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. This is your late-night creature feature. When the mountain starts calling your name, it's already wearing someone you love. Before we begin, where are you listening from tonight? Drop a comment. I like knowing who's out there in the dark with me. Now then, let's talk about what wears skin in the deep places. The Skin Thief. Chapter 1. We hit the gorge at dusk. I climbed out of the Suburban and the cold came up through my boots. The truck's an 80s Chevy, primer gray. The turquoise panels faded to shit. It looks dug up. "She gonna make it back out?" Jesse said. "My brother, 2 years younger than me, same black hair, same build. The kind of guy who'd follow you into hell because you asked nice." "She'll make it," Enzo said, slapping the hood. "We just gotta not die." "Big if," Big Mike said from the back seat. He had shoulders like a bull and a beard down to his chest, the kind of guy who made doorways look small. "Beer?" We cracked one. The sky went pink, then purple. Winter sky in New Mexico. Across the river there was the mine. Old turquoise dig cut into the cliff, busted timbers sticking out, rocks spilling down like broken teeth. A hand-painted sign leaned on a post. "No trespassing. Sagrado. Keep out." Someone had drawn a smiley face on it in marker. Then someone else crossed the smile out with one heavy slash. "Cerrillos boys in the big city," Enzo said, grinning. "Look at this fancy Taos shit." "Don't go in there," I said. Jesse looked at me. "Grandpa again?" Grandpa worked mines 30 years. He knew things. I popped a cooler and grabbed another beer. This one they sealed in '62, welded it shut. County took 3 years to dig it back open. "Why'd they seal it?" Big Mike asked. I looked at the black mouth and the cliff. The timbers around it were stained, not water stains. Something else. He didn't say, just said the Puebloans knew better, and the miner should have listened. We camped outside the mine because I wouldn't go in at night. Not stupid. Not yet. The fire went up fast. Pinyon wood, sweet smell, resin popping loud. Enzo got his phone out and started filming. Weekend Creeps, Episode 9, our YouTube channel, 30 subscribers and a dream. "Intro time," Enzo said. "Turquoise teeth. This is gonna slap." "YouTube's gonna flag that title," Jesse said, but he got his phone out too. Big Mike dropped his voice, all dramatic. 4 men enter. How many leave? Find out after these messages from our sponsor. He cracked another beer. Our sponsor is beer. I aimed my phone at the mine. The tunnel swallowed the light from the fire. Just black. The kind that doesn't give anything back. I could smell it from where I sat. Wet rock, old pennies, something sweet and wrong, like roadkill in summer. "Cut it," I said, lowering the phone. "We're being dumb." "JJ," Enzo said. "We're 4 guys in our 30s camping like we're 17. Dumb is the whole point." Jesse looked at me. He always could read me. "Let him get it out." I poked the fire. Sparks went up. "Grandpa's uncle worked this mine in the 50s. Puebloan guy. Didn't talk much, old school. But he told Grandpa about the Spanish coming through here in the 1500s. Conquistadors looking for gold, found turquoise instead, forced the locals to dig it out, worked them to death in some of these tunnels. Standard shitty history, Enzo said. Yeah, but the old guy said there was one drift nobody would touch. Not the Spanish, not the locals. Said it wasn't a vein, said it was a door. Big Mike leaned in. Door to what? Ye naaldlooshii, I said. Skinwalker. Navajo word, but every tribe out here has a version. Witch that broke so many taboos they stopped being human. They wear what they kill. Skins, faces, voices. They learn you, and then they become you. Like a werewolf? Big Mike said. Not like a werewolf. Worse. A werewolf is just an animal. A skinwalker is something that used to be a person. It knows how people think, how they talk. It'll call to you in your wife's voice, your kid's voice. You'll open the door and it'll be standing there wearing their face and you won't know until it's too late. Jesse stared at the mine. And one lives in there? Grandpa's uncle said they filled that drift with rocks in '62, cemented it over. Said 3 guys heard their foreman calling for help from deep in the tunnels. They went looking. Found the foreman outside smoking a cigarette. He never called, but the voice kept going, deeper and deeper, saying, help me, I'm trapped. The fire popped. Nobody laughed. When they went back in to check, I said, they found boot prints, going in, but the prints coming back out were different, barefoot, and the toes were too long. Big Mike clapped his hands. We all jumped. Jesus Christ, Mike, Enzo said. 10 out of 10 scary story, Mike said, grinning. Now I gotta piss and I'm gonna be thinking about skinwalkers with long toes. We turned in one by one. Big Mike snored like a chainsaw. Enzo tossed and muttered. Jesse pulled his hat over his face, but I could tell he wasn't sleeping. His breathing was off. I lay there staring at the stars through the pinon smoke and listening to the mine breathe. Cold air came out of it, not a breeze. Breath, in and out, slow and steady. I woke up to my name. Jay. Soft, far away, coming from inside the tunnel. It was Jesse's voice. Same sound, same cadence, that little rasp he gets when he's tired. But Jesse was right there, 3 feet away, hat over his face, chest going up and down. JJ, come here. I sat up slow. The fire was down to coals. The tunnel was a black hole in the cliff that swallowed the starlight around it. I looked at Jesse, still asleep, looked at Enzo and Mike, both out. Jay. The voice pulled. It had weight to it. Gravity. I stood up without meaning to, took 2 steps toward the dark. Jesse's hand shot out and grabbed my ankle. Don't, he whispered. His hat was still over his face. He hadn't moved. That's not me. I stopped. My heart was hammering. The voice in the tunnel changed. It dropped lower, stretched out. Jay, Jay, Jay. Then it was Big Mike's voice, deep, familiar. JJ, man, come here. I found something. Then Enzo's, dude, you gotta see this. Then all 3 at once, layered, wrong, the harmony was off, like a chord played on a broken piano. I sat back down, didn't sleep the rest of the night. Morning came cold and bright. Nobody said shit about it. We made coffee on the camp stove, ate jerky and granola bars. Big Mike kept grinning like nothing happened. Enzo filmed the sunrise. Jesse looked at me once and I knew he'd heard it too. So we doing this or what? Enzo said, shouldering his pack. I looked at the mine. Daylight didn't make it better. The black was still there, patient, waiting. Yeah, I said, we're doing this. We checked our lights, headlamps, 2 flashlights each, batteries fresh. Enzo had his phone for filming. Big Mike had a knife on his belt the size of my forearm. Jesse carried rope and the first aid kit because he was the smart one. In and out, I said. We film some, get the footage, we're gone by noon. Easy, Enzo said. It wasn't easy. Chapter 2. The tunnel swallowed us. The temperature dropped the second we stepped inside. Not gradual, immediate. Like walking into a freezer, our breath came out white. The walls were close, timber beams every 10 feet holding up the ceiling. The wood was old, black with moisture and age. It glistened in our lights. Cozy, Big Mike said. His voice bounced weird off the rock. The floor sloped down, not steep but steady. The kind of grade that tricks you. You don't notice you're going deep until you look back and the entrance is a little gray dot. The smell hit us about 20 feet in. Copper and whetstone and something else. Something organic. I tried breathing through my mouth, but I could taste it then. Metallic, sweet underneath, wrong. Enzo filmed everything. This is sick, he said, panning his phone across the walls. Look at that. Pure turquoise vein. He was right. The rock was streaked with it, bright blue, spiderwebbing through the stone like veins under skin. It caught our lights and threw them back. In some places the veins were thick as my thumb. In others they branched into tiny hairline cracks that spread across the ceiling like lightning frozen in rock. Don't touch it, I said. Why not? Just don't. Jesse ran his hand along the wall anyway. His fingers came away dusty, blue dust. It clung to his skin. He tried to brush it off, but it stuck. Feels weird, he said, like static. We went deeper. The tunnel branched, left and right. I picked right because the timbers looked newer, less rot. The air got thicker, harder to breathe. Not thin like high altitude, dense. Like the air itself had weight. You smell that? Jesse said. Yeah. What is it? I didn't answer because I didn't want to say what I thought it was, but it smelled like the deer I found behind our barn when I was 12, 3 days dead in July. That same sweet rot smell. That same thickness in the air that makes your throat close up. We found the first sign 20 yards in. Bones. Small ones, hanging from the ceiling on wire. Rabbit, coyote, something with a long spine that might have been a snake. They were wired together in a spiral, each piece drilled and threaded, turning slow in the air currents. When we got close, it spun faster. Our breath moved it. The bones were clean, too clean, picked or boiled or just old enough that time had done the work. The wire was rusted but held. Each piece was positioned careful, deliberate, like someone had built a mobile over a baby's crib, except the pieces were death and the crib was a mine shaft. What the fuck, Enzo said, filming it. Don't touch it, I said. Big Mike leaned in close. These are old. Look at the wire, rusted through in places. Good, Jesse said. Let's keep moving. But I looked at it longer. There was a pattern to it, the way the bones were arranged, spiraling inward, tighter and tighter until the center was just wire twisted around itself, like a knot, or a mouth closing. JJ, Jesse said, come on. We kept moving. The tunnel got tighter. The ceiling pressed lower. Big Mike had to duck. His shoulders scraped the timbers on both sides. Dust rained down every time he moved. Fine gray powder that tasted like chalk and metal. I could feel the weight above us. Millions of tons of rock held up by wood that was older than my grandparents. My light caught something on one of the beams. Scratches. I stopped. What? Jesse said. I pointed. The scratches ran horizontal across the wood. 5 lines, evenly spaced, like fingers or claws. Animal, Big Mike said, but his voice was off. He didn't believe it. Jesse found more on the next beam. Same pattern, 5 lines, then more on the one after that. They got deeper as we went. The last one had gouges so deep the wood was splintered. Whatever made them had been strong and desperate. The floor evened out. We hit a chamber, not big, maybe 10 feet across, ceiling low enough I could touch it. The walls were covered in scratches, not random, deliberate. Symbols, maybe. Or letters, hard to tell. They ran in spirals, overlapping, carved deep. Jesus, Jesse said softly. Enzo put his light on them. What language is that? I don't know. Big Mike ran his finger along one. It's the same mark, over and over, like someone practicing. He was right. The same shape repeated hundreds of times. It looked like a stick figure with too many arms, or a person split open, the arms spread wide, the legs bent wrong. I counted 73 of them on one wall alone, all identical, all carved with something sharp enough to bite through rock. Someone spent a lot of time down here, I said. Doing what? Enzo asked. I looked at the symbols, at the way they spiraled inward toward a center point on the far wall. The center was smooth, polished, like something had rubbed against it over and over. Waiting, I said. We moved on. The tunnel branched again, and again. We tried to keep right, but it got hard to tell. The paths curved back on themselves. The timbers looked the same. The turquoise veins pulsed in our lights like they were breathing. We should mark our path, Jesse said. With what? He pulled out a pocket knife and scratched an arrow into a beam. The wood was soft. The blade went in easy, too easy. When he pulled it out, the scratch wept. Clear liquid beaded in the cut and ran down the wood. That's sap, Big Mike said. From wood this old? Jesse said. We didn't talk about it, just kept moving. That's when we heard it. Scratching. Soft at first, like fingernails on wood, then louder, faster, coming from deeper in the tunnels. Then it stopped. We all stopped. Animal, Enzo said. Maybe, Big Mike said, but he pulled his knife. The scratching started again, behind us now. We turned. The tunnel was empty. Our light showed nothing but rock and timber in that fucking turquoise glowing blue. I don't like this, Jesse said. Nobody likes this, I said, but we're in it now. We moved faster. The tunnel opened into another chamber, bigger this time. The ceiling arched up into darkness our lights couldn't reach. The walls were wet. Water ran down them in thin streams, pooling on the floor. And in the center of the room was a pile. Clothes. Jackets, shirts, pants, boots, hard hats, all arranged in a neat stack, like someone had folded laundry and left it there. The fabric was old, rotted in places, stained dark. Fuck this, Enzo said, backing up. Big Mike walked over to it. Mike, don't, Jesse started. Mike picked up a hard hat, turned it over. There was a name written on it in marker, Frank. These are from the 60s, Mike said. Look at the style. Look at the boots. Steel toe. Leather. Old laces. He set the hard hat down and picked up a jacket, canvas, thick, the kind miners wore before Gore-Tex. There was a patch on the shoulder, Cerrillos turquoise mine, and a number, 17. Put it down, I said. He put it down, but his hand lingered. His fingers traced the patch. Mike, I said. He blinked, looked at me. Yeah, sorry. It's just, my dad had a jacket like this. Worked the copper mines in Arizona. Let's go, Jesse said. That's when the lights went out. Not our lights. They stayed on, but something changed. The darkness got thicker. It pressed in around the edges of our beams like it was alive, and in that darkness, something moved. Tall, too tall, joints bending wrong. Go, I said. Go, go, go. We ran. Chapter 3. The tunnel twisted. We took a left, then a right, then I don't know. Jesse was in front, me behind him, Enzo and Mike bringing up the rear. Our lights jerked and bounced. The walls blurred. I could hear something behind us, not footsteps, scraping, like something being dragged. The sound echoed weird. It came from behind us and in front of us and above us all at once. The tunnels carried sound in ways that didn't make sense. I heard my own breathing doubled, tripled, coming back at me from directions that shouldn't exist. Jesse stopped so fast I slammed into him. "What?" "Dead end," he said. The tunnel just stopped. Solid rock wall. No other exits. "That's not possible," Enzo said, breathing hard. "We came this way." "We didn't," I said. "We got turned around." The scraping got louder, closer. It had a rhythm to it. Scrape, scrape, pause, scrape, scrape, like something with two legs dragging a third. "Back," Big Mike said. He was facing the way we came. His knife was up. The blade caught our lights and threw them back in sharp lines. "Go back slow." We backed up, pressed against the dead-end wall, our lights on the tunnel entrance, waiting. The scraping stopped. Silence, the kind that makes your ears ring. Then we heard the voice. JJ, Jesse's voice, coming from the dead-end wall, right behind us. "JJ, help me, I'm stuck." Jesse was right next to me. His face went white. "That's not me," he said. "I know." "JJ, please, it's so dark. I can't find my way out." The voice was perfect. Every inflection, every breath, that slight catch he gets when he's scared. If I closed my eyes, I'd swear it was Jesse. "JJ." Then the wall moved. Not crumbled, moved. The rock rippled like water. A shape pressed through it. Tall, thin, wrong. It stepped out of the stone like it was walking through a curtain. Its skin was pale. Gray-white, stretched tight over bones that were too long. Its face was not a face, a suggestion of a face. Eyes too far apart, set deep in sockets that didn't have bottoms. Mouth too wide, stretched horizontal across the lower half of its head. No nose, just two slits that flexed when it breathed. And it was wearing something. Skin, human skin, draped over its shoulders like a shawl. The edges were ragged, fresh. Red meat showed through in places. I could see muscle fibers, yellow fat. The skin still had hair on it. Dark hair, chest hair. "Jesus Christ," Big Mike said. It tilted its head, looked at us with those too far eyes. They didn't blink, didn't move, just stared, black and deep and empty. Then it smiled. The mouth opened, kept opening. The jaw unhinged and dropped and kept going until the mouth was a vertical slit from where a nose should be to where a chin might have been. Inside was darkness and teeth. Rows of them, small, sharp, blue with turquoise dust. Then it spoke in Jesse's voice. "Why are you running from me, JJ?" The mouth didn't move right. The voice came from somewhere inside it. From the chest, maybe, or deeper. The lips shaped the words a half-second late, like a badly dubbed movie. "Back up," I said. "Slow." We backed up. It followed. Not walking, gliding. Its legs bent backward at the knee. Its arms hung too low, past where its knees should be. The skin it wore dripped something dark. It hit the floor with wet sounds. Pat, pat, pat. "We used to be so close," it said in Jesse's voice. "Brothers. Remember?" The thing's hand came up, too many fingers. 6, 7. They were thin, bone-thin. The skin draped over its shoulders shifted. I saw a nipple slide across its chest, saw a tattoo. Small cross on the right shoulder. Mike's tattoo. "Shut up," Jesse said. His voice cracked. It laughed. The laugh started as Jesse's and ended as something else, something that didn't have lungs, more like air pushed through a wet hole. The sound made my stomach turn. I remember everything, it said. I remember Christmases. I remember Mom. I remember the day you broke your arm falling off the fence and JJ carried you home crying. Jesse made a sound, not words, a whimper. I remember, it said, and the voice changed, deeper now. Mike's voice. I remember my daughter, Emma. She's 7 now. She likes horses. Her favorite color is purple. Big Mike took a step forward. How the fuck? I remember, it said, Mike's voice perfect, how it felt when she was born. That first cry, that first time she grabbed my finger. I remember thinking I'd die for her. Stop it, Mike said. I remember the taste, it said, of her mother's lips, of the whiskey we drank when we found out she was pregnant. I remember the smell of the hospital, bleach and fear and joy. Mike was shaking. The knife trembled in his hand. I remember you, it said. All of you. Every moment. Every thought. Every secret you think is yours. It took a step closer. The skin slid, adjusted, settled. And soon, it said in all our voices at once, layered, wrong, I'll wear you too. Then it moved. Fast, so fucking fast. 1 second it was 10 feet away, the next it was on Big Mike. Mike swung the knife, hit it in the chest. The blade sank in and stuck. The thing didn't bleed. It looked down at the knife, then up at Mike, and smiled wider. That's mine now, it said in Mike's voice. It grabbed Mike by the throat with one long hand, lifted him off the ground. Mike's 240 pounds, easy. The thing held him up with one arm like he was nothing. Mike's feet kicked. His hands clawed at its wrist. The thing's fingers sank into his neck, not cutting, pressing, indenting. The skin dimpled around each finger. Run, Mike choked out. Blood vessels burst in his eyes. Red bloomed across the whites. Run. The thing's other hand came up, pressed against Mike's chest. The fingers spread. Then they sank in, through the shirt, through the skin, into the meat underneath. Mike screamed. The sound cut through everything, high and thin and wrong. A grown man shouldn't make that sound. The thing pulled. Mike's chest opened, not cut, peeled. The skin came away in one piece. The ribs showed, white bone, pink meat between them. The thing reached in, grabbed something. Pulled. Mike's scream went up another octave, then stopped. Just stopped. His mouth was still open. His eyes were still wide, but no sound. The thing dropped him. Mike hit the ground and didn't move. His chest was open. I could see inside, see things pulsing, things that should never see light. Run, I said, grabbed Jesse's arm, pulled. We ran. Behind us, wet sounds, tearing, cracking. The thing was taking its time now, making sure every piece came free. Chapter 4. We didn't stop running until the tunnel opened up. Bigger chamber, ceiling higher, walls slick with water. We collapsed against the rock, gasping. Mike, Jesse said between breaths. We left. He's dead, I said. He's dead and we can't go back. Enzo was shaking. His phone was still in his hand, still recording. The light from it bounced everywhere. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Skinwalker, I said. It's real. It's all real. That's not possible. You just saw it. Jesse slid down the wall, put his head in his hands. It knew things. It knew about my arm. How the fuck did it know that? It takes what it kills, I said. Memories, voices, everything. It learns you, becomes you. So, Mike. Yeah, it's got Mike now. We sat there breathing hard. I could hear water dripping. Slow, steady, one drop every 3 seconds. The tunnel hummed, low, almost subsonic, like the mountain was clearing its throat. Or singing. The sound made my teeth ache. "We gotta get out," Enzo said. "We gotta—" "JJ." Mike's voice, deep, familiar, coming from the tunnel behind us. "JJ, guys, where'd you go? It's okay. I got it. I killed it. Come back." We froze. The voice was perfect. That slight gravel Mike got when he was tired. The way he said, "okay," like "okay." Jesse looked at me. "That's not him." "I know." "JJ, seriously, it's dead. I'm hurt, but I'm okay. Come help me. I can't walk. I think my legs broke." Enzo stood up, started toward the sound. "Mike." I grabbed him, pulled him back. "That's not Mike. Mike is dead." "How do you know?" "Because Mike would tell us to run. He wouldn't ask us to come back. He'd tell us to get the fuck out and call for help." The voice changed pitch, got harder, angry. "JJ, don't be a pussy. Get back here. I need you." Then it was Enzo's voice, excited. "Guys, I found the exit. This way. I can see daylight." Then Jesse's, scared, young. "JJ, I'm scared. Please, I don't want to be alone." Then all three. "Come here. Come here. Come here." The voices overlapped, layered, a chorus of people we knew begging us to walk into the dark. The sound bounced off the walls, surrounded us. I couldn't tell which direction it was coming from anymore. "We keep moving," I said. "Don't listen. Don't answer. Just move." We moved. The chamber had 3 exits. We picked the middle one because it sloped up. Up meant out, maybe. The tunnel got narrow again. The walls pressed in. I had to turn sideways in places. Jesse was ahead of me, Enzo behind. Our lights threw crazy shadows. Every shadow looked like something with too many limbs. The turquoise veins were everywhere now, thick as ropes. They pulsed. I swear to God they pulsed, like blood moving through arteries. The blue glow was strong enough I could almost see without my light. Almost. We found the next chamber and stopped. Bodies. Not fresh, old, mummified by the cold, dry air of the mine. 7 of them, sitting against the walls in a circle. Hard hats still on, work clothes from decades ago. Their skin was brown leather. Shrunken, their hands were in their laps. Peaceful, almost. Except for their faces. Their mouths were open, too open. The jaws were dislocated, hanging down to their chests. And they were smiling. Not natural smiles. Their lips were pulled back, stretched, tied behind their heads with wire. The wire cut deep into the corners of their mouths, cut through the skin. The muscle underneath was dried and dark. And their teeth were packed with turquoise, small pieces, shoved into every gap, glinting blue in our lights. Some of the stones were still wet, fresh. "Oh fuck," Jesse said. "Oh fuck. Oh fuck." "Don't look at them," I said. "Keep moving." But Enzo stopped. He was staring at one of the bodies, the one closest to the entrance. He walked over to it, knelt down. "Enzo, don't," I started. He picked up the hard hat, turned it over. Frank. Same hard hat from the pile. Same name. Same number on the jacket underneath. "That's him," Enzo said quietly. "From before. That's Frank." The body sat there grinning its wired smile. The eye sockets were empty, filled with more turquoise. The stones glinted. One of them moved. Just a twitch, like something behind it was watching. "It's been doing this for years," Enzo said. His voice was flat. "Dead. Decades. All these people. It took them all." I looked at the other bodies, counted. 7. How many more were deeper in? How many tunnels had we passed with chambers we didn't check? A sound came from behind the bodies, scraping, then laughter. Multiple voices, laughing together. Some I recognized. Mike's deep rumble, others I didn't. Old voices, young voices, men and women, all laughing the same laugh. That wet, airless sound. Go, I said. We ran again. The tunnel branched and branched. We were lost, completely fucking lost. Jesse tried to find his arrow marks, but the walls all looked the same. The turquoise veins glowed brighter now. They pulsed faster, like a heartbeat speeding up. I could feel it now, in my chest, the pulse. It matched my heart, and then it didn't, and then it did again. The mismatch made me nauseous, made my vision blur. We hit another dead end. No, Jesse said. No, no, no. The wall rippled. It came through, taller now. It had grown. It was wearing Mike's skin over its shoulders. I could see his tattoos, the cross, the barbed wire around his bicep, the eagle on his chest. Mike's face hung down the front like a bib. The eyes were closed. The mouth moved. You left me, it said in Mike's voice. The mouth on the bib moved, shaped the words, but the sound came from inside the thing's chest. Behind it, more shapes, smaller, thinner, wearing the mummified miners. They moved in jerks and twitches, puppets on strings. Their jaws worked, their wire-stretched smiles flexed. They hummed, all the same note, low and steady. Guys, Enzo said. His voice was shaking. Guys, I think we need to. One of the shapes grabbed him. It happened fast, too fast. The thing moved like a spider, joints bending in too many places. It wrapped its arms around Enzo from behind and pulled him back against its chest. Enzo screamed. Dropped his phone. The thing's hands came up, long fingers. They pressed against Enzo's face, covered his eyes, his mouth, his nose. Cut him loose, Jesse yelled. I had my knife out. I lunged at the thing holding Enzo, stabbed it in the side. The blade went in. No blood. It felt like stabbing a bundle of sticks wrapped in wet leather. The thing turned its head toward me. The face was Frank's, the wired smile, the turquoise eyes. It tilted its head, curious. Then it opened its mouth wider. The wires held, the flesh tore. The mouth became a vertical slit. Inside was darkness and the smell of old pennies. It bit down on Enzo's shoulder. Didn't tear, peeled. The teeth sank in and gripped and pulled. The skin came off in a long strip like pulling tape off a package. The sound was wet, a ripping pop. Enzo's scream went up 3 octaves. The kind of scream that damages your throat coming out. The thing pulled more. The skin from Enzo's shoulder peeled down to his elbow, just came away. Underneath was red muscle and white fascia and yellow fat. Blood poured, ran down his arm, dripped off his fingers. Jesus Christ! Jesse hit the thing with a rock, slammed it into its skull. The skull caved in. The thing didn't let go. It kept pulling. More skin, down to Enzo's wrist now. The whole arm was raw meat. Enzo was making sounds that weren't human anymore. High whines, gasping sobs. He tried to pull away and the skin tore faster. It was coming off his back now, peeling down his spine. Then it grabbed my wrist. The thing wearing Mike's skin. Its hand was cold, freezing, burned cold. The fingers were too long, too strong. They wrapped around my wrist and squeezed. I felt bones grind, pop. The pain was white hot, electric. My hand went numb. The knife fell. Jesse hit it with a rock. The thing didn't care. It pulled me closer. Its face, Mike's face hanging from its chest, opened its eyes. Mike's brown eyes. They looked at me, focused. Recognized me. JJ, Mike's mouth said. Mike's voice. But wrong. Stretched. JJ. It hurts. Make it stop. You're not Mike, I said. I am, it said. I'm still in here. It's wearing me, but I'm still here. Please, kill me. Kill us. I didn't know if it was true. Didn't know if Mike was still in there somewhere, trapped, screaming, or if the thing was just using his voice, using his memories to fuck with me. Jesse slammed the rock into the thing's arm, the one holding me. The arm bent wrong, cracked. The grip loosened. I tore free. Skin came off my wrist, just tore right off. A bracelet of raw meat. Enzo stumbled toward us. Most of the skin was gone from his right arm and shoulder, some of his back. He was in shock, eyes wide, pupils huge, blood everywhere. Go, he said. The word came out slurred. His tongue was swelling. Just go. Fuck that, I said. The thing wearing Mike stepped forward. I'll take him, it said. Not Mike's voice anymore. Something older, colder. You two can leave. I only need one more. Bullshit, Jesse said. It's true. The thing spread its arms. Mike's skin stretched tight. I'm satisfied. I have him. It touched Mike's face hanging from its chest. I have his daughter's name, his wife's face, his fear. That's enough for now. Take your friend and go. It was lying. I knew it was lying. But part of me wanted to believe, wanted to grab Jesse and run and leave Enzo and not look back. That's the worst part, that I thought about it, that for half a second I considered it. Enzo looked at me. Blood ran between his fingers where he was holding his shoulder. Half his face was pale, shock pale. The other half was flushed red. JJ, he said, go. I'm dead already. Look at me. No, I said, but my feet were already moving back. The thing moved. Fast. So fast. It grabbed Enzo by the head, one hand over his face, fingers spread, lifted him off the ground like he weighed nothing. Enzo's legs kicked, his good hand clawed at its arm. The thing started pulling. He looked at me, my little brother, 2 years younger, the guy who'd followed me into every stupid thing I'd ever done, every fight, every bad idea. He looked at me with those same eyes he had when he was 8, and I convinced him to jump off the garage roof into a pile of leaves. Fuck, he said. We jumped. The dark swallowed us. We fell. I don't know how long. Couldn't have been more than a few seconds, but it felt like forever. I couldn't see, couldn't hear, just wind rushing past in my stomach and my throat. We hit water. Cold, ice cold. It shocked the air out of my lungs. I went under, kicked, couldn't tell which way was up. My lungs burned. I kicked harder, saw gray, aimed for it. Broke surface gasping. Jesse, I shouted. Jesse. Here. His voice. To my right. I swam toward it. Found him. He was floating. Breathing hard. What the fuck, JJ? What the fuck? Swim, I said. Find an edge. We swam. The water was moving. Current. Not fast but steady. It pulled us. I couldn't see shit. My light was gone. Jesse's too. Lost in the fall. The current got faster. I could hear it now. Rushing. Roaring ahead. Rapids! Jesse yelled. We hit them. The water threw us. Spun us. I slammed into a rock. Felt ribs crack. Went under. Came up. Slammed into another rock. My head this time. Everything went white. Then black. Then white again. I grabbed something. Rock. Held on. The current tried to pull me off. I held tighter. Felt my fingers slipping. Felt the meat on my left wrist tear more. Jesse grabbed me. Pulled me up. We climbed onto the rock together. Lay there, gasping. The water rushed past. We could hear it, but couldn't see it. Total dark. Blacker than anything I'd ever seen. You okay? Jesse said. No. You? No. We sat there, breathing. I could feel my ribs, 2 cracked at least. Maybe more. My wrist was useless, just pain and numbness and wet. Jesse was shaking, from cold or fear or both. "We need light," I said. "How? We lost everything." I felt my pockets, soaked, everything soaked. Phone dead, lighter dead. Wait. The lighter, Grandpa's old Zippo. He'd given it to me when I turned 16. Said it saved his life once in a cave-in. Kept him sane in the dark. I always kept it in my inside jacket pocket. I pulled it out. It was wet, but Zippos can take it. I flicked it. Once, twice, third time it caught. Yellow flame, small, weak, but light. Jesse's face appeared in the glow. Blood ran down from his hairline. One eye was swelling shut, but he smiled. "You beautiful bastard," he said. I held the lighter up, looked around. We were in a cavern, natural, not mined. The walls were smooth, water-carved. The river ran through the middle, fast, white rapids. And on the far shore, there was a tunnel, man-made, timber supports, old, but there. "There," I said, pointing. We had to swim for it. The current tried to take us, tried to drag us downstream into the dark, but we made it, pulled ourselves onto the rocks, crawled into the tunnel. It sloped up, gentle, steady. I held the lighter ahead. The flame flickered, threatened to go out. I cupped it with my good hand. We climbed. The tunnel got drier. The air changed. Less mineral, more. Outside, I could smell it. Pine, dirt, cold. "JJ," Jesse said, "I think." Daylight. Gray, weak, winter daylight, but daylight. We burst out of the tunnel and collapsed on the rocks. The cold air hit us like a slap. The sky was there, blue, real. We lay there breathing. I looked at Jesse. He looked at me. We didn't say anything. Didn't need to. We were out. We stood up, looked around. We were on the far side of the gorge, a quarter-mile from where we'd started. The river was below us. The mine entrance was across. We could see it, the black mouth. Waiting. "Where's the truck?" Jesse said. I looked where we'd camped. Nothing. No Suburban. No camp. No gear. "What the fuck?" I said. We hiked to where the truck should be. Just bare rock, like we'd never been there. No fire pit, no trash, nothing. Jesse pulled out his phone. Dead. Water killed. Mine too. "What day is it?" he said. I didn't answer because I didn't know. We hiked out. Took us 6 hours to reach the highway. A ranger picked us up. Asked us what happened. We told him we got lost hiking. He looked at us weird. At my wrist wrapped in Jesse's shirt. At Jesse's swollen face. At our soaked clothes. "When'd you start hiking?" he asked. "Saturday," I said. He checked his watch. "Son," he said. "Today's Thursday." We'd been in there 5 days. Epilogue. They found the Suburban a week later, parked at the gorge, keys in the ignition, our gear in the back, untouched, like we just left it there. They never found Big Mike or Enzo. Search and rescue went in, came back out, said the mine was too unstable, too dangerous. They sealed it again, concrete and rebar this time, steel posts. Warning signs. Jesse doesn't talk to me anymore. Moved to Colorado, got married, had a kid. I'm not invited to anything. Can't blame him. Every time he looks at me, he sees that tunnel. Sees Enzo reaching, sees Mike's face hanging from that thing's chest. I tried to move on, got a job in Albuquerque. Apartment, normal life, but I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I was back in there, in the dark, hearing them call my name. So I started going back. First time was 6 months after. Just drove down, stood outside the concrete seal, listened. I could hear them. Faint, muffled, but there. JJ, come home. I went back a month later, then 2 weeks, then every weekend. I brought a sledgehammer the 5th time, took 3 swings at the concrete before I stopped myself, dropped the hammer and drove home crying. The thing is, they sound happy. They sound like they found something, like they're part of something bigger, something beautiful. Mike's voice says his daughter's name, says how much he loves her, says he can see her now, all the time, every moment, past and present and future, says the mountain showed him. Enzo's voice talks about the turquoise, about how it remembers everything, every hand that ever touched it, every thought that ever pressed against it, says he's part of that now, part of the memory. They want me to join them. I know they're not really Mike and Enzo. I know it's the thing wearing them, using their voices, their memories, playing me. But sometimes, late at night, I wonder if there's a difference anymore, if it wore them long enough, learned them deep enough, maybe it became them, maybe they're still in there, merged, blended, part of something that's both monster and man. I see the turquoise veins sometimes. When I'm not in the mine, I'll be at work and look down and my veins are blue, glowing. I blink and they're normal again. Red. Human. But the blue stays longer each time. Last week I woke up and there were symbols carved into my arm. The stick figure with too many limbs. Shallow cuts. Fresh. I don't remember doing it. I'm going back next weekend. I'm bringing the sledgehammer. And this time I'm not stopping. Because here's the truth. I'm already part of it. Have been since we went in. Since we breathed that air. Since the turquoise dust settled in our lungs. The mine is in me, in my blood, in my bones, singing. And I'm so tired of fighting it. I'm so tired of being alone out here while they're all together in there. So if you're reading this, if someone finds this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. I'm sorry for what I'm about to become. But mostly I'm sorry for whoever goes in after me. Because I'll be waiting. I'll be wearing someone you know. And I'll call to you in their voice. And you'll come. You'll come because you'll want to believe it's really them. That they're okay. That maybe you can save them. But you can't. Nobody can. The mountain doesn't give back what it takes. It just teaches it to wear new skins. Folklore note. The naaldlooshii, what the Navajo call skinwalkers, are among the most feared entities in southwestern Native American tradition. They are not monsters in the conventional sense, but witches who have committed the ultimate taboo, killing a close relative to gain the power to transform and wear the skins of animals and people. Unlike Hollywood werewolves, skinwalkers don't simply change shape. They steal voices, memories, identities. They can look like your friend, sound like your mother, move like your dog. The Navajo maintain strict cultural prohibitions against speaking about them, believing that talking about skinwalkers attracts their attention. The turquoise mines of New Mexico hold deep spiritual significance for Pueblo peoples and other southwestern tribes. Turquoise wasn't just a decorative stone, it was sacred, believed to be pieces of the sky that fell to earth. Certain deposits were considered too holy to mine, and disturbing them was thought to invite catastrophe. In the 1800s and 1900s, as commercial mining operations tore through these sacred sites, stories began circulating among miners, disappearances, strange sounds. Men who walked out of the mines changed. The Cerrillos Hills, in particular, became known for unexplained incidents. Between 1958 and 1962, the Cerrillos turquoise mine experienced 7 unexplained disappearances. Workers reported hearing voices of missing colleagues calling from deep in the shafts. Tools and equipment would be found arranged in deliberate patterns. In June of 1962, 3 miners reported seeing their foremen in 2 places at once, outside smoking and deep in the mine, calling for help. The mine was sealed 2 weeks later. Official records cite structural instability, Unofficial accounts from families of the workers tell a different story. They speak of requests from local Pueblo elders, warnings about a particular drift that had been dug too deep into sacred ground, about something that had been sleeping there for a very long time. The mine was reopened in 1965 for historical preservation, resealed in 1968 after 2 members of the Historical Society disappeared during documentation work. Reopened again in 1993, resealed in 1995. It remains sealed today. The concrete barrier is inspected monthly. Occasionally, inspectors report sounds from inside. Voices, always voices. Calling names that aren't on any missing persons reports. Names from 100 years ago. Names that haven't been spoken in generations. Whether these entities exist or not, one truth remains. Some places carry weight. Some wounds in the earth don't heal. And some doors, once opened, can never fully close. The Puebloan peoples knew this. They tried to tell us. We didn't listen. Well, boys and ghouls, that wraps up another terrorific tale from the vault. Bless JJ's heart, tried to warn everyone, tried to stay out, but the mountain remembers, and the turquoise sings, and some things get under your skin whether you wear them or not. And JJ's veins are glowing blue. Just how we love it. If this story crawled under your skin the right way, hit that subscribe button. New creature features drop every day at 8 p.m. Central, and trust me, tomorrow's even nastier. Leave a like if you're checking your veins right now, and drop a comment. Where are you watching from? What cryptid haunts your neck of the woods? Ever been in an old mine? Let me know. I'm always hunting for the next nightmare. Remember, the mountain doesn't give back what it takes. It just teaches it to wear new skins. Until next time, kiddies, keep your fires burning and your eyes on the trees. This has been your Late Night Creature Feature. I'm Mr. Wendigo, and the stones remember everything